Hello, this is Talion Trevere, once again playing Amarantus. Last time, we got to the end. Or an end, another end. It's our, well, it was our 10th full playthrough. I went back and counted, but that's not counting times that I, reloaded earlier saves to, do, different options. So, yeah, this time we finally got the, ending with Ghost Mom and finally managed to not die. So that was really exciting. But I feel like it was still, unsatisfying. I just feel like there were still things that we didn't get answered, and we really didn't get to interact with the Lord at all. I feel like we really need to get some more answers out of him. And yeah, I think we need to get him alive for that. As cool as it was to see Arik fuck him up. Yeah, I feel like there's more to this. And I'm really interested to see what, if anything, that is. My theory is that in order to do that, we need to do more of a pacifist run. But, I mean, I don't actually know for sure, so we're probably gonna have to try some things, figure things out. But yeah, that sure wasn't ending. At least Arik didn't die, and none of our party members died. Though, yeah, it was definitely sad to see Marion go. Yeah. Yeah. I think we can do better. Anyway, I also, right after the end of last stream, I went to the extras a little bit. Here, I can actually just show you guys. And found that there's a reference section that just has a pronunciation guide. Look at that. No more worrying about if I'm pronouncing things right. Hey, cat, please move your tail. Yeah, well, I mean, just because I can see the pronunciation guide doesn't necessarily mean that I can do it well, but hey, it's something. It's definitely a great help. Honestly, I'm so thankful to the devs for putting this in here. That's such good attention to detail. I feel like in general, this game has such an emphasis on the language and pronunciation, which is part of why I was being so really trying to get that correct, because it just feels like a big part of this kind of world building. So yeah, I looked through these, and I think for the most part I was doing okay. I think the Lord, I was calling him, what was it? Koda? That was completely wrong. For some reason my brain was interpreting it as French, but apparently it's not French. The accent being on the first syllable is definitely throwing me off a little bit, but I think it's Kaudat? I'm going to be trying to call him that from now on. We'll see if I can process that in my brain. Anyway, next question is where to go from here. The obvious thing, I guess, is to try a pacifist run. See if we can finally get that good ending. There's some other options though. So, okay, what I think I'm going to do is, I wanted to go through the game reading all of the lines again for several reasons. First of all, because I've been playing this game for 2 months now and I've forgotten some of the stuff we got at the beginning. And second of all, because when I first read all that stuff, I didn't have any context. So there was a lot of stuff that I didn't understand. So with a game like this where so much is confusing and so much of the things people say you just won't understand the first time, I think it's good to go back and revisit that and see it again with more clarity. So, to be honest, I almost kind of wish that I could have just reset my scene dialogue and just kind of start this fresh. I do think I want to do maybe a couple of more runs where I do this, where I just read out even dialogue that I have seen, or at least dialogue that I've seen a while back. I'm not gonna, or at least I'm gonna try not to read the dialogue that I literally just got last run. So yeah, I want to do that for a while longer, and then eventually I want to go into kind of more of a fast mode. I looked up in the settings, and there is a fast skip option, which just kind of skips you directly to any new content. So at some point, I'm going to switch to doing that and just run through like all of the different romance routes, because I do want to see their outcomes on, you know, on the Like a Spark variation. So yeah, that's the plan. The question then is, which routes do I see in full, and which ones do I just leave for the fast mode? So obviously I want to do the pacifist run and try to get a better ending. I'm going to do that in kind of full version. I also want to do a fully violent run and see how Ghost Mom reacts to that. And then I also would like to... I would like to take another stab at hanging out with Reckon. I think it might be better to do that in slow mode, because a lot of the stuff you get with Reckon is, like, interesting lore that I probably want to revisit, and kind of refresh my memory on that and on the context of all of the stuff that he talks about. So those were like the main three things that I kind of had in mind for kind of the full version before we go fast mode. The question, I guess, is which one to start with. I really want to see the pacifist version and see whether that does actually get me a better ending. But on the other hand, part of me wants to save that for last. I know I've been dragging out this playthrough for so long. I, you know, went through all of the romance routes before we even started on this one and all of that good stuff. Hang on. Why is this not skippable? Huh. Interesting. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I guess I've kind of been taking my time with this game, and I don't know, I don't want to feel like I'm just dragging things out too much, or like making everything take forever. I'm just enjoying this game, and I want to see all of its content. I don't know if I'll necessarily end up 100%ing it on stream, but, you know, I feel like as long as I continue to enjoy it, I'm gonna continue to stream it. So, yeah, I guess I would be slightly concerned if I push back doing the pacifist run, and then when I do it, it ends up not doing what I want it to, and then I kind of end up back to square one trying to figure out what the correct path forward is. But, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Her name has been updated! Ooh! Oh, that's interesting. If I was... No. That is not at all what I want. Oh, I didn't even... I didn't even catch was his... Yeah. Yeah, they're labeled now. Yep. It's them. Do you think this will be all right? I don't want to do anything that won't end well. For your... I know that it will start well. I know that it will start well. If I was all on your side, I would be a war. Oh, oh, you must be cold. Here. Huh. Interesting. Um, right, there were some other things that I wanted to mention from last time. First of all, I was getting kind of annoyed at Arik about, like, not telling people about Marion, but I feel like I have at least something of a plausible explanation, which is that I think he might kind of deliberately be trying to keep people away from her and, like, keep people from, like, trying to find out more about her or, like, try to interact with her, because he knows that she doesn't have the strength for that, like, there's so little left of her. He's worried that people might, if people knew about her, they might try to, like, you know, push him to, you know, do something that might put her at risk. Something along those lines. The other thing is, there was mention of the Commander Lee last time that I couldn't remember who the heck that was. And I haven't gone back to check, so I don't know for sure. But I think maybe it could have been, Caudat's mother? I think there was mention that his mother was, like, an instructor in the military or something like that. I don't remember. I really don't remember. It would definitely be good to revisit some of this dialogue. Where did we get the dialogue about him? I think we got it in the scene where you talk to Murray and Reckon. Anyway, let's go on for now. All right. Oh, it's also interesting that I think Arik mentioned at some point that he had wanted to leave for a long time, but Marion wouldn't let him. So yeah, I wonder if that was part of kind of their agreement, that, like, she was in on whatever plan to keep him hidden. Speaking of which, I do also wonder about the people that ended up coming for them and, like, burning down Arik's house and whatnot. Were they there on Caudat's orders? Or were they from some other faction? That's something that's been bothering me for a long while. Mary's is having a time, capitalized. When is he not having a time? But yeah. I think we went "How are you doing" last time, so let's try this. How am I doing? You're always doing your best. I'll take credit for maybe 1/10 of that. Why do you ask? No reason. Thanks, Marion. Aw, they're so cute. They're so cute. Alright, this I think is going to be all the same up until the choice, so let's just... We can fast forward this part. Oh, I still haven't decided what I want to do this run. Let's maybe... Let's do violence route. Let's do violence route, I guess. What kind of violence route do I want to do, though, is the question. Um, so if, like... Can I start a violence route from Murray's place? So it wouldn't be maximum violence, because I wouldn't be killing... Or, I don't know if I actually kill the guard at the beginning, but I wouldn't be attacking the guards. But... Hmm... Um... I could also try doing, like, maximum violence, because the time that I did Rayanne's route before, um, I kind of picked the less violent dialogue option at the beginning. So it's possible that I could get something different if I fully commit to it. And then at some point I also, like, partially committed to it, but also, like, didn't go through with it completely and fully. So let's maybe try to do that. Just, like, 100% violence. That's something that I could try to do, I guess. Alright. This might end up being mostly similar to ones we've done before, but hey, it's definitely going to be at least a little bit different because we have Ghost Mom this time. Alright, so this stuff I think is going to be all the same. Alright. So this time we're committing to it. We're gonna be angry. I need to keep fighting back. If they're after me, I've got to get them first. Or you could stay quiet. Be safe. There's no certainty you'll ever be found. Look where we are. You don't get it. I finally got a shot at the thing I've been waiting my whole life for, and this is how it worked out for me. I've been humiliated. I'm pathetic. I'm trapped, waiting for them to find me. You haven't been waiting your whole life to kill someone. I've been waiting my whole life for a chance to stand up to them, to confront Lord Cawdad, to say this ends here. You know that. I know you like to talk about it. You should calm down. The last thing in the world I need right now is calm. It's the fury that's keeping me going. I get it. I'm not going to stay here and listen to you uproot yourself like this. You've been through something awful, and I feel all the agony in the world for you, but this isn't you. Just focus on healing up. I don't think I can heal. Not from this. Not without doing something. I'll come back tomorrow when you're feeling better, all right? I'll try to bring Marius. My heart is beating so hard I'm going to bleed out all over again. Every throb makes my skin fit worse. I wanted a band to be heard out, but I can't breathe. And she's gone. Fuck. Rand's so into that. Rayanne rests a hot hand over my chest. Not pushing, anchoring. Her fingers curl, palm hovering.
You're like kindling, aren't you? Someone ought to strike your match.
Her hands play at the hem of my shirt.
How would you feel if I...
Alright. I guess are we gonna go full in on the Rayanne route this time? I think so. Go on. I think last time we did this and then kind of backed off from romancing her. Or rather, we backed off from the violence route and then she was not happy.
So, I've seen it all already, and after that stuff you just said, I think I might like you. I want to see where you're going. And you're looking mighty cold, bucko. And mighty alone. If you're after a bit of no strings attached personal contact, I'd be down for that.
Her fingers are gentle over my bruises, but there's nothing soft about her face. Mal and Tari have left. I've lost my house. Even Marae's abandoned me. And maybe it's not my head thinking, but Rayanne is reaching out. And hell, I've done stupider things with Marius. Alright. Yeah, okay. I lift my left hand, refusing to let it shake, and fold it over her fingers. Her skin is dry and rough. Her eyes are fixed on her hands, and I'm unsure of what I'm expected to do. I draw her fingers to my lips, but she pulls her hand out of my grip.
Cut that out, thanks. None of that tonight.
Right. I try to keep my voice calm, cool, as careless as hers. I fail. She sweeps her hair back out of her face and flattens both her hands against my chest.
When something hurts, say.
And same for you. Her skin seems so thin. I might be bruised and bloodied, but I'd like to pretend I'm not the only fragile person here.
And before, I won't have any of that. This is this, and whatever comes later is something else.
Understood.
Let's see what we can do.
And she still won't look at me. At least, it's dark and I can't really see anything, but I think she's turned away. Sorry.
For what?
That wasn't great. Bit of a mess.
What did you expect? I've had worse.
But I
knew what I was in for, and I got what I wanted. You disappointed?
Of course not.
Then let me sleep. Tomorrow I have to survive 2 of your friends.
I can't help it. I laugh, a surprised, tired sort of bark. She lets me put one arm around her.
We don't know each other. That's how it goes.
And if we did? Her muscles tense.
It was what it was. I'm going to sleep.
And so am I. All right. Is this going to be any different? looking for me. I need to go on the attack. Ray says I just have to live quietly, but... But you are here for greater things than that. I'd like to think so. I don't remember which one I did last time. Where do you think Malantari went? Where did they have to go? I didn't think they had anywhere to go. Why else would we end up here? I don't think they went anywhere. I think they just had to leave. But who knows? That doesn't really help. I can't add, Ari. Only clarify. Alright, I think this is probably the same as we had last time. I imagine this is mostly going to be the same as what we had last time. Marius's faces are so good. I do wonder about the forest stories. Like, we know Reckon's in there, but, like, what has he actually been doing? Does he just kill people who go through there? Like, I feel like we don't have the whole story of that. Alright, back for Ghost Mom time. I actually don't remember, again, which one I did this time. I think I probably saved this one for later, so let's try it now. Oh, I guess we did do that one last time. Yeah. Can we skip? I think we can probably skip at this point. Can I stop the skip? I can. Okay. But yeah, for now I think it's going to be the same stuff that we've already seen. Alright, here things are going to get different. Alright, violence it is. I scan all 5 soldiers, taking in their armor and equipment. They've got blades strapped to their hips, but not much else. Oh, oops. They aren't expecting a fight. Major. Fire. 3 left, plus the one with the wagon. The man who's pinned Rayanne is trying to shout orders. I can't see Rayanne's face, just a mess of hair and jacket and dirt, but her pale hands reach up towards her attacker, one clawing at his throat, the other slapping at his cheek. And suddenly there are streaks of blood across the man's face, neck and hair, and he gargles and chokes, falling away to the side. Major. That's enough. That will do. The rest? Rayanne's victim is on the ground. The skin on his neck hangs in jagged strips. We can take them with us. Like how they were going to take us. Can't we? What, keep them with us the whole way through?
That could never possibly make sense.
We need to do whatever it makes us invisible to the Lord. You heard what I said. Major, you need to... It could work. It could. Hostages.
Hostages?
Hostages. I fail to see any other option for us to take. Auric, we can't start like this. Not with this reckless killing. We didn't start it. Nevertheless, it will not continue. I said I wanted us to. And now I have said. We can't afford to lose Murray. We literally cannot afford to lose Murray. It means sacrificing 2 of our greatest resources. I walk over to the cart. Careful not to make any sudden moves. The soldier cowering beneath the cart bench averts their eyes as I approach. I reach past to get the ropes in the back. It's kind of interesting how Arik just kind of frames it as we can't afford to lose Moray because she's a resource. Like, we're already not thinking of her as a friend. Come on, guys. Marius and I tie up the three remaining soldiers. They don't fight back. As we tie them up, the major twitches a rifle from one to the next to the next. Moray stands by her side, leaning heavily on her cane. There is blood all over you. Ugh. The face and throat of the man at her feet are shredded raw, messier than her knife could do. How are we going to feed them? You overestimate the amount they'll eat. And how long is this going to last? As long as it must. We will make this work. Only until we get through the forest. Maybe whatever's in the forest will solve our problem. It's not a problem. It's a difficulty, but it's not a problem. Whatever you call it, it isn't ideal. It's the only option. Someone in my household must have sold us out, so I will take responsibility for this. As long as your plan doesn't interfere with what I'm doing here. Moray, with a hand from Marius, climbs up onto the seat of the cart. She places her cane up on the bench beside her and settles into the seat, pulling and plucking her skirts to lie neatly around her. The major hoiks herself up beside Moray and sits sideways, head tilted towards the inside of the cart. Her rifle sits across her lap. Marius and Rayanne clamber onto the back of the cart. We should reach the forest by evening like this. And what will we do? Oh, fuck it. Your plan, not mine. Do we do something with the bodies? They won't be missed. Nothing here is out of the ordinary. I shrug, swayed by her confidence, and swing into a paced walk beside the cart. The horse reined to the cart plods forward. Live in the moment! You look like a kid on his first pony ride. The wind in your hair, the jolt in your legs, the road dwindling as you go.
Is he always such a fool?
When he's on a high.
Bear with this. It may last a while.
Eventually my legs give in, and I swing up onto the side of the cart. Our pace is slow, but we need to reach the forest before dark. It's the closest thing to safety we've got.
What are the odds this whole place is full of creatures?
Hi. It's a forest.
Creatures that rend people limb from limb?
Equally high? That'd be disappointing. We're after something a bit more interesting than that. Creatures of myths and legend.
You said something was in there. What if it's something?
Then we find out. Our road continues straight ahead into the trees. But branching off it, there's a clearly defined dirt track that follows along the edge of the forest. Oh! Marius gets to his knees and turns around so that he can see what we're looking at up ahead. Spooky. Is it all like this? Yeah, the road's been like this most of the way. No, I mean, is it all like this? You know, big, tall, dirt and grass and stuff?
Parts of it. Wow, the world. Amazing.
I don't get out much.
Are you taking him for his first walk outside the town?
He's talking about the land. Literally the dirt. I'm more used to the sea.
Beach babe?
Sailor hunk. Little wink. Did he just wink? I've never seen him wink before. I didn't think he could wink. Dork. Rayanne laughs, not warmly. Up front, Murray moves to turn, but then clearly thinks better of it, settling her shoulders and drawing up her spine. An hour's travel will take us deep enough to be safe. What is that smell? I can't pick up anything in particular. Something slightly floral. Something slightly like fresh earth. Dirt. Old leaves, I think. A little musty. Pine.
Our friends ain't pleased.
I'm actually impressed by how good she is at ruining the mood. Guess it's gotta be the trees. I think I like it. No problems here. Even so. The trees are starting to get thicker. The world darkens. Marius reclines back against the cart. Besides him, Rayanne pulls up her knees and draws her jacket over her legs. If I sidle along the cart, I can watch Murray and the Major sitting side by side on the front bench. A respectful distance and silence between them. The Major keeps her rifle across her lap, and the reins limp in her hands. Her head moves to follow every sound. Murray sits straight-backed, her hands folded over her cane. Her eyes stay straight ahead. I swear to the Lord, I just saw a skull.
Yeah.
Likely. And such is our life now. It is our life now. Do you think it's nearly safe to stop? Too dark to go on much further. Ever onwards till we can't. Right. This will do. I think we're far enough in that nothing will disturb us. Except for what you want to disturb us.
Don't know how much farther we can get.
Nope, nope. No, that is a problem for tomorrow. Sleep is the only problem for today. And, food. Food for everyone. Actually, that may be the problem.
What's the big deal? You got enough for tonight. After that, a few somebody's gotta go picking.
She kicks idly at the crisp leaves lining the ground.
Oh, they crunch.
Marius amuses himself for a few minutes, stomping around in the undergrowth, while I dig through our stocks. A real feast has been packed. There are little sandwiches in here, pies with decorative pastry lids. The crusts are cut off the sandwiches. Oh, hooray. I'm not hungry anymore. We'll need a fire. Me! Marius starts to pile dried up twigs, scraping away at the ground to clear a section of dirt to make a safe place to build a fire. I sit down on one pile of freshly cleared leaves, knees drawn to my chest. Is it always this cold? No one answers. Marius dives into the trees and comes back with a chunk of wood that he places beside the fire. Good night, then. He curls up, elbows almost meeting knees, fire at his back, a glint of skin visible where his shirt pulls up. By the time Murray and I have echoed back night, he's already asleep. Well, it's more comfortable than my recent arrangements. I pat the grassy leaf litter in a shower of affection and am rewarded. She'll be right. I get comfy on the ground, making sure to keep the fire at my back like Marius. I assume he knows what he's doing. Major. Patron. Auric! Auric! Dude, come on! Leave me alone, Murray. Marius's face is streaked and sweaty. Red-brown stains scraped through his hair. Marius? What did you do? The display of innocence is ruined by the blood smudged across his hands. Shit! You're... I grab his wrist. His hands aren't bloody, but bloodied. I wanted to check, and you have to see this before they get back. Rayanne and the Major? Oh, Lord. What'd they do? Killed them all. Everyone. That can't be right. If Murray's been hurt, he wouldn't have come to me. But Wait. There's a lump of a sheet behind Marius. And looking carefully, I'm pretty sure it's a breathing lump. Murray's fine. Marius tries to drag me with him, but his hand slips, leaving bloody streaks on my sleeve. I'm coming. It's okay. I follow him, skirting around the remains of the campfire, and immediately see what's drawn his attention. The fabric cover of our prison cart is ruffled, and something dark hangs loose beneath it. Something. The cart is empty. There's blood on the floor. Dark marks streak over the side of the cart, smudges where Marius' hands must have rested. Who? What? They were being really quiet, and and the Major and Rayanne are both missing. I checked. The Major wouldn't let Rayanne do anything. Never mind let. Must have done it together. They never wanted to take prisoners. The Major said she'd handle it. Seems like a stupid time to point out I never wanted to take prisoners. They must have just dragged them off and killed them. Dumped the bodies in the woods. Sir. Alastor was guarding the cart. They were missing when I checked. I've been searching. No bodies. Alastor? Who's... That's Rayanne. That's her last name. You two... And you didn't even know her name? Wait, you left us alone with Rayanne? You left us undefended. Told Alastor to watch. Marius waves his hands dismissively, flicking blood onto his shirt and face. The Major's eyes hitch onto the action. Her eyes follow the smudges of blood on his hands and face. You. It's not his. So you told Rayanne to keep watch while you were gone? You left us alone? With Rayanne? Oops. Marius, stop shouting. Oh, fuck. So, they managed to escape. They couldn't have escaped on their own. They were all tied up.
Who's tied up?
And you! What were you doing? You're damp. Where'd you get off to?
I had to duck off. What's the big deal? Oh, they're gone. Neat. That's one problem solved.
Is this some sort of twisted power play?
far as I can see, it was the exact right thing to do. We had a problem. It's been dealt with. We're all good. You're welcome.
Right. Right. Arik, we need to do something. Rand, do you know where they are?
Yeah.
Should, someone go look? We don't have time for this. We have better, more. Come on. Shh. It's all right. Slow down. I can keep searching. Oh God. Marius. You go with the Major while we talk to Rayanne. Take a walk, okay? Wander around a bit. Doesn't matter if you don't find them. Keep him out of the way. Huh, interesting that was new dialogue. Come along, Marius.
So what are you thinking? You thinking I dragged them all off and slit their throats and dumped them out there? You think I did it because I'm glad they're dead? Because I look suspicious? Because that guy told you this is basically my thing? Because that's who you think I am?
I don't know. What's better to say here? Just gonna save just in case. I feel like I usually go with this one. Maybe I should do this one. But I'm also trying to romance her, so I don't know what would be best for that. That's exactly what I think.
Tell me what you think I did. I'm listening.
You could have waited till the early hours of the morning. Until the Major had to step away for whatever reason and no one else was left to notice.
I guess that'd be the smart thing to do.
I don't believe for a moment that you're unarmed. I have no idea what you did to that soldier you shredded, but I'm going to work it out. They were tied up and helpless.
Yeah, they were.
It would have been the work of a moment to...
Sure, sounds about right. So tell me, what will you do?
We can't leave her to wander around the forest on her own. Not while we're still in here, right? That's a liability. Even if she did do something with them.
Are you gonna let her do this to me, Arik? After I saved your life? Drag me along all this way with you and now you decide I'm too dangerous to leave? Or live?
No one's saying that. Actually...
Go on, be ruthless. I dare you.
I swallow.
Rayanne is heartless versus war to win. Choose your battle. Pick your side. What do you need?
Major... It won't go so badly if you admit it, you know.
Ugh.
Where's it coming from? Wouldn't he find the truth a relief? The voice barely forms words. It scrapes through the consonants and topples into vowels. Ooh. Don't tear yourselves to shreds, kids. Others will do that for you. Where? 6 o'clock. By us or yours?
Oh, yeah.
Here he is, the boy. I hoped more of you. Is it you? Did you do it? I cleaned up your problem. More importantly, Ari, do you think you can make a difference? I think I have to. With this, the mess you have now. This is all I have. Then you must prove it. I will be watching. Wait! Shit. Rayan, so it wasn't you? Why'd you say...
You think I'm gonna stand by and let the Major sound all cool and lone wolf? If someone's going to be running around breaking orders doing whatever they want, it had better be me. You didn't want to take those prisoners in the first time. Figured you'd like the idea they were all dead.
That sounds like you. Fine. At least she's consistent. It was me. What? I didn't kill anyone. I let them go, paid them off, sent them home with the horse. But then, like, why was the blood in the cart? Like, you would figure she would have seen them leave. Did she just leave them in the cart and then go to sleep? Like, I don't know. We couldn't have brought them the whole way with us. Bringing them was your idea. Were you planning this all along? Oh, hello, fluffy one. You joining our stream today? Hello. So cute. Quick cat pet break. Kitty, kitty. I won't apologize for it. Well, I am sorry for scaring you. Didn't you hear that? I cleaned up your problem. I don't think I did those poor people any favors. So that was at you? How did they know? Either we're being watched, or... I don't like either possibility. And you let Rayanne take the blame? I didn't let her take anything. She seized it herself.
You're damn right I did.
Stop it. They don't want to see you fight. You all right, Marius? It's okay. I think I'm coming down now. I mean, if I'd known it was Mira. So, do we go back to sleep? I think I'll have nightmares. I guess we have to walk now. Go back to walking. A bit, at least. Hooray. I think that's a marvelous idea. Okay, let's walk it off. Oof. Sorry. Little slippery underfoot. I may have come slightly unprepared. You, me, and us both.
Stay quiet.
No sign of danger. Yet. Can't hear anything, but you know we're being watched. It is, I will grant, a little spooky. I'm finally starting to come down. Please don't set me off again.
Keeps us alert.
What do we even do if they judge that we're not worth it? Can we defend ourselves? After they didn't put up a fight. We can try. It feels like we're being messed with. Well, that might be because we probably are. Do you think anyone will come back? I hope so. Imagine if that was all we ever saw.
Or perhaps they'll send someone else instead. Someone friendly. I don't want someone else. I want that one. I want to tear them to pieces. They'll return if they see what we want, or what they want. This is bullshit. Think they can watch us and judge us? They'll see what they can do with their expectations.
Yeah, now let's talk about this. Whatever they're after, they think it's fair to expect, and they're almost disappointed to miss it. Some sort of cunning?
Maybe we should be better pacifists. Maybe they don't think we have it in us. You're not ruthless enough. Yet.
Duty. Responsibility.
Really?
Responsibility taken for choices made. And that was meant to be my call. First you all take that away from me, then they take it. Do we need approval, anyway? Well, yes. Whoever they are, wherever they're from, they're your best chance. Damn. Marius yawns. Can we sit down for a bit? And then breakfast? Just sitting down. 10 minutes. Just sitting down. Sure. Over there looks all leafy and fresh and soft. For sitting. We take a seat. Then a slump. Then... I can't sleep. There's something about still being awake right around dawn. Everything you've ever done feels like the worst possible decision you could have made. I wander a little way into the woods for reasons, and let my mind wander too. There was a moment there, taking those soldiers down, when the world was mine, when their lives were in my hands. That was what I wanted, right? Maybe it didn't go as planned, but I still have enough that led me there. That's going to be enough. I had to give the order to take them down. It was right. But it got so out of my control so fast. And they're not gonna let me get it back under control, are they? As long as we're being watched, I'm not in charge. I wake up to the dulcet tones of Marius throwing up into a bush. At least it looks like he managed to wash all the blood off. What does he even have in his stomach? Bile, mostly. The Major is leaning against a tree, chin tucked against her chest. Rayanne is a huddled pile of blankets. Are those Moray's skirts?
Disgusting.
Ready to move on your order. Do you need a moment, Marius? Walking it off might help. Or not. Let's just go. Oh, poor Marius. This part of the forest has seen better days.
Anyone ever told you you're glorious?
Not often enough.
You can have this one for free. Fuck that guy watching us, waiting for us to do tricks. My opinion's worth more. You fascinate me. Haven't disappointed me once. Keep it up.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
What I'm saying, Arik Terryson, is you're welcome to while away the hours with me any time. Any time. We ought to redo our first meeting one of these days.
The bit where I was beaten to a pulp, or...
Nah, the bit with the fucking.
Really?
If you're down, I'm down. You ain't put me off that badly. One other thing. You said something before.
I say a lot of things.
When our prisoners got dead.
I said a lot of things. Maybe you didn't notice, but I didn't really have a speech prepared for...
Don't care about that. When your buddy started throwing around accusations, you were like, yeah, sounds right. Rayanne for sure killed them all. Like you thought I was completely out of control. So, straight up. Am I a danger to you and your friends?
I feel like she likes when I say that she's dangerous, but I feel like at some point I should do a go at this where I don't say it. You know what? I'm just gonna save and see what happens if I say that she's not dangerous. Is she gonna get mad at me? No, I don't think you're a threat. I extend my hands.
For a moment there, You just fucking around? I thought you really got how the world works. You want to trust everyone, huh? You want to expect the best? You think people owe you that? Even after... I take back the shit I said. You're not worth my time.
Wow, she's so disappointed. Alright, yeah, no, let's go back on that. Yes, you're dangerous. It's not an admission of weakness. I stare her down.
Good. I am dangerous. I'm a liability. That's why I'm useful.
It's what makes you who you are. I get that.
Oh, I do like you. I am glad our paths crossed. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go talk to the soldier. Cross you later.
We walk for another hour or two, but the conversation dies down and morale starts to sink. Oh, everything aches. I was not made to sleep under such conditions. I can help. There's some tricks to sleeping rough I can show you, if you'd like. I do some clever stuff with bundle-up jackets and straw, if I do say so myself. What do you do, Rayanne?
Don't pretend like you're on my level, mate.
I assure you I would not dare. You're way up there. I am not.
I forgot the question.
How do you like to get comfy? In bed?
Gotta try harder than that, my guy.
No, I mean, yet... No. Alright. Should I try to be nice to Murray in this run? I mean, I'm trying to be violent, but that doesn't mean I have to be mean to Murray, too. Let's try it. I understand why you freed the prisoners, okay? We really couldn't have brought them this whole way. But you should have owned up to it. If you just said that you let them go, Marius wouldn't have...
I was scared that you'd be angry. I never expected Marius to turn on Rayanne and the Major so easily. But look, I came over to talk about them. What? I wasn't listening.
That's okay. I wasn't saying anything interesting. God damn it, Marius. Oh, this guy. Are they going to be like that the whole trip?
Pardon? Oh, no, I meant our forest friend. Friends?
That's a delightful turn of phrase.
How much can you remember of what they said? I suspect the devil will be in the details.
Better question. How much could you understand?
Well, amongst the other issues, certainly there was a strange timbre to their voice. It didn't sound like any accent I've ever heard.
Maybe they aren't from anywhere. Maybe they just don't talk much.
But if they're related to the Revolutionary Army theory...
You think they could be running the show?
Wouldn't fit. One would hope the leader would be a little more cautious. I suspect they may be a scout, you know. Sneaking around the outskirts, keeping an eye out for people. If we impress them, they might hand us on to off to the next people up. Gracious, the world is big, isn't it?
You seem to be holding up well, all things considered.
Oh, undoubtedly it was all big and scary, but it's done now, and it's not like it's going to change me.
Ray has always had a marvelous ability to enunciate capital letters. That was easy.
I find everything else more alarming. To wit, the lack of knowledge we have pertaining to our current circumstances. The forest is, figuratively, dark. I don't care for that. When I'm on home soil, in my own domain, very little happens without my knowledge.
I've noticed.
Of course I knew that would change when we left, but I didn't know that it would... One finds themselves looking around, wondering from what new avenue trouble will come, who will appear, who will question, who will demand. If we are defined by the company we keep, then what are we becoming? You don't seem much interesting, huh? You gotta find a better use for that mouth.
Mario's running off is always so funny.
Nevertheless, simply because I do not know my place does not mean I do not know myself. It does not. One more thing. I said I wasn't bothered by yesterday, which is true. However, I haven't a single concern.
And get to it.
It's you. I'm worried about you.
I'm more alive than I've ever been. I'm getting stronger.
No, you've only become angrier.
Anyone would.
You didn't have to.
They took so much from me, and I'm trying to take it back, and they're not letting me. Not yet.
Does that mean it's going to get better?
Maybe. Would I tear him apart?
Are you so certain this is the path you must walk?
This is the story I'm telling.
Oh dear. Would it be awfully rude of me if I simply came out and asked, does this change of heart have anything to do with Rayanne?
Yeah. It really would be awfully rude to ask that. In fact, it is. It only seems to get bad when you're around her. Stop it. I'm worried. Do you like who you are when you're around her? I'm definitely going to at some point do a route where I go violent without Rayanne's influence and see what she has to say about that, huh? I don't believe I've taken the time to consider it. She seems to transform you into someone very different. Someone angry, obviously, but not only angry. So aggressive and reveling in it. I think that's what scares me the most. The possibility that you're enjoying becoming whatever you are. Oh, so you'd be fine with me biting heads off as long as I was miserable about it. At least that way you'd still be you. No matter what I do, I'm still me. I can't get out. All I'm asking you to do is think about who you are when you're with her. Think about who you want to be. If I believed you wanted what you had... If I believed you wanted what you had, I wouldn't say it, Auric. I really wouldn't. I did not have a choice in coming, Auric. I was needed, and I still am. I am your stalwart friend, always. But you are going where I cannot follow, and I will not follow. Wherever you think that road will end, it will end with you alone. I understand, and I wouldn't expect otherwise. And that is the most kindness I would expect from you. Thank you. Now, we had better keep walking. I think the Major is becoming restless. Auric, I need a word. If you don't mind, sister dearest. I bequeath the joy of his company entirely upon you. I'll hurry the others along. Catch up when you're done. You've perked up. I'm over the worst of it. For now. Oh, boy. You would not believe what just happened. Does it involve Rayanne? I extremely need to talk about this, and for reasons that will soon become clear, you are the best audience I got. But this'll get real personal. More personal than you and I get. Usually. So I'm giving you a heads up in case you want to back out. Are you down to hear this? What do we want to say to him this time? We could just not talk about it. Or we could encourage him to go for it. And then take Rayanne for ourselves anyway. Hang on, I need some water. Sure, hit me up. Excellent. Right, so now I'm a few days out of it. All these feelings are coming back. I didn't even notice they were gone all this time. Or if I did, I figured they'd come back eventually, and by now feels like it's been forever. I think we've seen all this a bunch of times. Little eyebrow wiggle. Alright. You know what? Whatever. Go for it. Good luck. You're not going to make a claim? Make a claim? Gross. We're all adults here. I'm not telling you she's going to say yes. But if you wanted me to say give it a go, then that's what I've said. I'm gonna go over there right now and proposition her and see what she says. Wish me luck. Oh my god. I am not going to watch this. Oh, they're a disaster. As we go deeper into the forest, the road becomes harder to follow. Finally, it disappears entirely into moss and soil. Moray starts to stagger and sway first. I don't know. It takes all of us working to get a better world. I want to give whatever I can, but we can't be all of that change on our own. We. There's no we. The mission is yours. If you die, they will be fine. Someone has to stop him. If you don't know what comes next, someone else decides. Civil war is the wrong decision. It is your responsibility to ensure it is not given. You're really drumming up your own experience, aren't you? I don't know. Shouldn't you be on alert? What do you expect me to do? I don't know, dive into the underbrush, look alarmed, be on guard. That could have been a serious threat. For a moment there, I thought we were... No rifle. So what are we paying you for? The rifle. Everything all right? I'm not sure. Is everything all right, Major? Patron. Leave it alone, Auric. No harm done. Fine. While I wait for everyone to get back with food, I get the fire started. Ugh. It didn't go well this time, huh? She heads for a tent further into the woods. Gives me a very meaningful look. I look to the major. My shift has a few hours yet. Rayanne's waiting. I did warn Marius she might not say yes to him. I'll be back in a bit. I head over to Rayanne's tent and duck down to enter. Or to ask or say something. I'm not sure what. And a hand fastens around my scarf. Welp. She bites. I don't think... Shh.
How long?
Till the major decides she needs...
Fine.
She withdraws and shrugs her jacket off. She trails something against my skin. A strip of ribbon? No, coarser.
Quick and quiet. You or me?
Hang on. No, I was gonna say, I want to see what the hang on does. I think I did me last time, so... These kind of options sometimes will give you, like, more possibilities. Let's see what this gives us. Hang on.
Everything okay?
No, not really. I'm not comfortable with this.
Oh. The quiet thing? Or the whole thing?
Huh. Let's try the quiet thing first, I guess. The quiet thing.
Thought it'd be fun. But that's cool. You and I, we can have fun without.
I'm still not entirely clear on what they're doing here.
That wasn't bad.
Hey, look, I'm getting better. Turns out not being beaten half to death makes a difference.
I don't think that was the difference, Arik. Now get out.
I'm almost asleep.
Don't want you sleeping in here. Been there, done that. Any moment, the soldier's gonna barge in and set you on duty.
She doesn't know I'm in here.
Of course she knows. Otherwise, what's the point of her being here? Hope you knew what you were inviting with us.
Ray invited her.
Sure. Out! Out!
I have to feel around to find my scarf. She slaps my arse as I crawl out. Oh, Rayanne. It's cold and dark out here, and the fire isn't much help. feel the heat you carry inside, and how it scorches the people around you. But I would like you to put something into words for me, if you don't mind. Why are you here? Obviously we're here to kill him. We're going to kill Lord Kaudat. Destroy him. Obliterate him from history. Put him through the same hell we're all stuck in. Cut the knot, kill the man. That's your plan. Maybe you should let them know. Might help. We all know what we're here to do. I think that's a laugh. This isn't fair. They can't judge us. Not on this. You'll find he can judge you. And he is. But go on then. String your words together. He's just really not even trying to hide the fact that he's just reading Arik's mind. How did they not figure it out ages ago? Everyone wants to change the world. And we can. We actually can. Not yet, but we will. There's not a doubt in my mind. You all want to make the world better. That's why you're here. That's what I said. You've been your soldier. Why would the Major be different? Hari. What? I'm not here to mess with you. What are you talking around? They don't believe in you. Why should they? Your Major followed where her skills lead. This is not her first revolution, and it will not be her last. Your Rayanne snaps at anything in reach. Any grand purpose has been beyond her for years. Your Marius. He wanted out of his town, but he needed security. You offered both. Mireille, your Mireille. She will not abandon you. Your friends will let you give everything you have, and then they will take you home. I don't tell you this to stop you. I can't breathe. He gets to his feet. What have you given them, Ari? If you're trying to tear us apart from the inside, I'll tear you apart from the outside. Jesus. What a thing to say to someone. Oh man, this Arik is, he's really going for it. You can try. Ooh! Sir. The Major's in position behind me, rifle braced on my shoulder. Ha. And you. And I. Oh, soldier. Money will never ask anything of you. It will not want anything of you. Money will never cry for you. Out, soldier. Get up, everyone. Marius? Never mind. You two need to hear this. People will try to stop us, make us doubt ourselves, but we know we're in the right. People will say you have no commitment, no conviction. That's what they always think. And when they say it, we'll know they're wrong.
Oh my god. You weren't kidding. He seriously thinks he'll do it. I thought you'd all agreed to play along. Never guessed it was real.
What? I mean, it is a bit far-fetched. The idea that 5 of us could seriously take the Lord down.
Better people than us have tried harder.
What did you think we were doing? Waiting for you to burn out so we can go home?
I'm taking this wild ride as far as it goes, then jumping before the crash and burn.
I'm not leaving you to go through this on your own, Auric. You are paying me to be here. But you all agreed that someone has to kill Caudat. The person who finally kills Lord Caudat isn't going to be a few hicks from the beach. You think it's going to be someone like him? Ray, how long did you say things have been vanishing in the forest?
Years. A decade, maybe.
So he's been creeping around a forest for 10 years, trying to freak people out? You think that's the person to do it? The person who knows what they're doing.
The sort of person who knows what we're thinking.
We're better than this. You have no scope. At least we have momentum. Put the rifle down, Amna. He just goes straight for first name. And he leaves, unthreatened. Major.
In our heads already. No point.
Not in my head. He's very confident about that, huh? It's everything I built, intent on crumbling down around my ears.
None of us are going anywhere, Auric. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's real.
Leave it for the morning.
Yeah, I do need sleep. There's only one person left that I can really, properly, truly trust. Everyone else needs to leave me alone. Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right, Ghost Mom, you and me. How did you not already guess that? We literally were just saying in this past conversation about how he's already in our heads. Sort of person who knows what we're thinking, literally. I need them to interact! You sound quite fond of him.
Do I? How?
You called him mysterious and charismatic, and you're not working off much. Not just anyone can shake you, my boy. Put me down as intrigued. Oh, what's going on between these two? What? Ah, we need to talk. What happened last night? I get it now. You were never here for Caudap. Ray wants to get Marius out of the city so you two can do whatever you're trying to do. You're not wrong. And obviously the Major's here more for the money than the motive. And I wouldn't dream of prescribing any sort of motive to Rayanne. I love how proud she is of that. So I know what we need. Alright. Let's meet him properly. Yes, we'll go with Reckon for now. Don't worry about it. Hey, Bucky! Welcome to the stream! I'm not sure how wise it is to leave Marius and Rayanne on their own. Same time, if anyone can convince the Major to share her rifle, it's Murray. I don't know whether it's the right time to play Reckon's game. It's up to you. Well, we're going with Rayanne this time. I'll go with Rayanne and Marius. Given past experience, knowing what to do when someone's got you pinned would not go astray.
Aw, I'd say you got a bit of an idea.
I actually am good at this. Right now, I got this tingling in my fingers like I really want to swing a fist. Tingling in my toes, too. So maybe I need to kick someone.
You ain't coming near me with that sort of energy.
Let's circle back to that.
Major, you don't mind taking me, do you? Patron, we can work it out together. Need to be deeper in the forest.
And that leaves us here. You really know what you're doing. Think about who I am, man. Ray always thought I'd keep it a secret, but you really can't hide that sort of thing. People knew. They didn't know how I ended up there. If they did, they'd know I was not at all useful for them. What is he talking about here? About who I am? Let's actually do something. Come on. Say I came up behind you. You'd... Since you're yay high, I could go for your nose with my elbow.
He's out of your reach, so donkey it.
I'm trying to guess what that might involve. She swings one foot back, stabbing behind her, teetering forwards to counterbalance.
Donkey kick.
I try it out but lose my balance. Arya steps away, leaving me without a target. Don't suddenly tell him to...
I'm right.
Maybe it works for you, but Arik...
It never works for me.
So what would you do if someone came up behind you?
People don't come up behind me. And I don't like kicking anyway.
Nothing wrong with a good kick. He bounces on his feet, showing off the scuffs on his boots.
Giving someone a kick gives them something to grab. They flip you, you hit the ground.
Doesn't that apply to any weapon that isn't sharp and pointed?
So you make everything sharp and pointed.
I saw you tear that soldier apart before we got here. Her skin was coming off in ribbons. You think you'd bring the dev to one of your streams? I mean... I wouldn't know how. Plus, I think they're, like, in Australia, so they're in some... I don't even know what time zone that is. I mean, hey, that would be awesome, but it's not like I'm in contact with them or anything. I know you have a knife, but you weren't holding it. I looked. You ripped him up with your hands. Did you do that with your fingernails? Some sort of metal gauntlet? That's impractical. You get stolen in seconds.
People don't steal from me.
Rayanne holds up her hand, showing us blunt, stubbly fingers with short, chipped nails. She turns her hand over, revealing her palm. They probably have email. If that doesn't work, a carrier pigeon knows no borders. Yeah. I guess, well... Oh, I don't know if a carrier pigeon could even go that far. That's an awfully long journey. Could you imagine, like, how long that would take for a bird to fly that far? Across oceans? Poor pigeon. Nestled between her fingers is a row of sharp blades. Narrow steel claws from her thumb across to her little finger. Where do I get one of those? There's a matching set in her other hand.
Ripped them out of a body I found in the streets a couple of years back. Never did much for the poor bastard, but they work for me. Must be the only set in the country.
Rayanne folds her fingers back down again. Now I can see her hollowed fists, an inch away from rending her own fingers to the bone. Boy, a pigeon isn't suited for the journey. Well, now we have to think about what birds can fly that long. There've got to be some sort of, like, migratory birds that go ridiculous distances, right? I wonder if they can carry messages. All right, hang on. I need some water. I want to take you on.
You do?
You're using the inside of your hands. I'm using the outside. Let's weigh it up. I do not want you to be sparring against her palm claws. I feel like that's a good way to actually get hurt. Let's maybe leave that weapon out of this. The Arctic tern that travels pole to pole, but they make poor mailmen. When Moray first introduced me to Marius, he'd already been out of the house a couple of years. Around her, it's like he's wearing someone he's grown out of. And I nearly always see him around her. Now, though, he chews his bottom lip, eyes narrowed. His shoulders draw in, veins standing out on his arms as his muscles tense. This must be who they see. The rich boy on the streets who can't afford to be a target.
You can't take me.
I don't expect to. He's in with a shot. I want to see this. Don't tear him up too bad.
Just 'cause you asked.
Don't bruise her up too bad. Sparring only. Hey, you two? Both of you?
Yeah?
Sure, why not? Impress me.
Come.
Ow! Fuck! First blood. Yeah. Down they go. That might have been too dirty, Rayanne.
Hey, I thought you liked it dirty. Learn anything?
Not a bit. Can we take it from the top? Can I sit the next round one out?
I said no one else can fight the way I do.
You also said you're familiar with how other people fight. You'd have to if you're going to take them on.
You want me to teach you how to throw a punch?
With all my heart.
Go on then. Take a shot. Make a fist. Thumb goes on the outside. Your parents didn't teach you that. They didn't love you.
Tari has great pride in swordplay. Formal stuff. Not sure where she trained, but she used to teach. With the army. You play on Steam Deck, right? Yep. You believe that once your blade's lost, you've lost your pride. Time to stop.
Pride means take and take and take, till everything's taken from you.
You saw what happened last time I got into a fight.
Was that your first time?
What's your FPS? It should be 30.
The first time you ever got into a fight.
Probably. Or it keeps his head down. Well, used to.
No shit. You meant to punch through the target, bud.
We spend some time refining my punches. Then Marius and Rayanne take another turn at sparring. Rayanne fights too dirty for Marius to keep up. We meet back by the campfire as the sun sets. How did everyone go? Oh, we did really good. We were throwing punches around and
We didn't do anything. You were stumbling around like a drunk while I...
Oh, you were fantastic in action.
And I should go for another round sometime, Arik. A proper one.
Marius looks so disappointed. He wanted some praise too. No harm done here. The mechanics of that machine are fascinating.
Well, if no one else will say it, I will.
You're not a revolutionary army, are you? You're not even a revolutionary. I was hoping it was going to be insanely high because it's not intensive to run insanely low. What is that sentence? But yeah, I mean, especially for a game like this, I don't really need a lot of FPS. Like, there's not a lot of crazy animation happening here. Yeah, honestly, I don't see much of a point in super high FPS. Like, maybe it's just me, but I don't really tell the difference. Like, can I even tell the difference between 30 and 60? I definitely don't think I can tell the difference with anything over 60. I know some people go for, like, super crazy, insane stuff. Though, to be honest, I think my screens just won't even show over 60. I don't actually know what my maximum FPS on my monitor is. But yeah, I'm not a huge frame rate person. You're one of them. An Eckler, aren't you?
Gross.
Yes, you did work it out quite quickly. Honestly, not quickly enough, in my opinion. I feel like he's been very transparent about it. The deck can play a few games in 60, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Steam Deck can do high frame rates, but I just like, well, I mean, so far this is the only game I've played on it, so I haven't really messed around with any high frame rates. Then the other thing is if I try to stream at high frame rates, that's also going to be potentially difficult on my computer. So I might experiment it with it at some point, especially if I do at some point stream any games that have, more intense graphics. We might mess around with that, but yeah, I mean, my setup overall is not super high end. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe someday. It's definitely not really needed for this game though, or really for most of the games that I play. I feel like generally they're pretty simple graphics wise. Well, I mean, so far mostly I've been choosing games that have been simple graphics wise because I didn't have the power to stream anything more intense. Now that I have the Steam Deck, I think my options are a little bit more open, but even then, I think most of the games that I would be interested in streaming don't really need anything crazy.
Ah, well, the whole thinking thing. It did have me confused for a while, though, without the... When you people look for us, you only ever look for one thing. If you can't see it, you can't find us.
I've never met an Eckler before.
I have a question for all of you. Think it through carefully. The thinking means more than the answer. If you could aspire to anything, what would you want to be at the end of this? I want to rip the heart out of something. Something that will always be missing. That they'll always know is me.
I'll tell him if I'm lying, huh? I just want to be someone better, I think. There's probably all sorts of ways to do that. Too many to narrow it down.
You all know what I want. Caudette down, off, the man gone, and to bring in something new. I want my friends to make it home safe and alive, and I'll give whatever I have to help them get there. Can't that be enough? Why must you always demand more? For things to be better for everyone who deserves better. That is all you'll have said aloud from me.
What is she not saying aloud then? What else is there?
If I must. If I cannot keep my peace. Then there is better work for these people. There are worse goals than ending the war.
We've all answered. Does that mean you owe us your answer?
No. For everything I offer, I must offer enough for sense to be found. All or none. I should not give half answers. I should not hide meaning. So I say you owe me the context of your answers. Huh? Why must we tell you? Surely you know. I'm rusty. What have you been told about the war against Ahalau? Well, I mean, they're not really human, are they? Alright, I think we can probably skip through some of this.
I do wonder if the two incidents were related. If, Marion's supposed death, or actual death, I don't know, had something to do with Adair's death. What is the timeline then? So they happened at around the same time. It sounds like we're not actually clear on which happened first. All I want. I want him dead. That's what we've got to do. You want to do it so dramatically? We'll decide that when we get there. But for now, I can tell you this. Together, all 6 of us, we've got everything he couldn't suspect. Everything we need. Everyone. Are you all in?
Oh, yes. For you? For this? Always.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. You have me. Yes. I'll speak with Murray. Meeting adjourned. I think I might end the stream here. It's maybe a little bit earlier than I normally go, but I'm just tired. I think I am good for today. Yeah, nothing really especially new this time. I think we're kind of... Maybe I should go through this faster, because we have seen pretty much all of this before. I've gotten a couple of new lines here and there, but yeah, maybe we might need to do some more skipping next time. I am going to be out next week, so Thursday's stream is going to be the last time we're going to be playing for a while. I would have really liked to be able to finish this route in 2 streams, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that at this rate, so I guess we're going to have to leave off in the middle. But yeah, that's it for today. We'll be back Thursday, 7 p.m. EST as usual, to continue this. Like I said, we're probably not going to end up getting to the end, although I probably... Should I skip more? I'll probably skip more. Because I do feel like I'm not really seeing anything that... Well, I mean, obviously, there's not a lot that's new, but there's also just not a lot that I really need much refreshing on. I think we did... Well, we did a version of Rayanne's route not long ago, but the the actual full romance route was one of the first ones we did. So I think as we get like to the end with more of the actual like romance route content, I'm gonna want to read that again. But for now, I think we can maybe do some more skipping. Anyway, that will be it for today then. I will see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.